This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for joining us on BBCK Presents The Essay Files. This is your host, BogusBird, and today, for episode number 5, we welcome back the impervious CrazyKat.
Thank you. All right, that's enough. Thank you. I love the applause. Thank you. Sit down. Sit. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yep, I see you back there. Thank you. Good to be back.
Definitely great having you back, dude. How you doing, man? What's going on?
All right. Sit down, guys. I got it. Thank you, guys.
Please, yes.
I'm happy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you. Let's sit down and get this started going. Here we go.
Are we good? Okay, yeah. Got crowd control. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. How you doing, man? What's going on? How you been?
Doing pretty all right. Just living life. Took a little bit of time out to sort a few things out.
Okay. All right.
Got them sorted out, and I'm back.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So last week, there was a rumor going around that
it wasn't me.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly certain.
Right now, it was not me.
It was definitely you.
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought that you were out because you were sick, and you didn't give me a whole lot of information last week. And, there's a rumor going around online. You weren't sick. You, in fact, were...
Tell me he enjoyed it.
Oh. Swinging with a he.
Hmm?
Huh?
I'm sorry. That's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
okay.
on.
No, that was pretty much it.
Oh.
That's my defense.
Okay. All right. So, we'll circle around back to that. On today's episode, so we're going to commemorate Father's Day. Father's Day is, it's that holiday that gets less attention than all the others. I mean, at least in my house it did. Father's Day didn't really exist. It was on a calendar, but it wasn't a real thing. You know what I mean? When Christmas rolls around, it's like, hey, Merry Christmas. When Father's Day comes around, like, here's a tool, Dad. Here's a screwdriver. Or, how was Father's Day in the CK household?
Well, before I get to that, it's something funny that I ran across not too long ago. With the video, I don't know if it was a comedian or just a speaker of some kind, I can't remember. But he was talking about the most celebrated holidays. And, of course, he had number 1, of course, Christmas.
Mm-hmm, right.
Number 2 was Mother's Day.
Okay.
You know what Father's Day fell on?
What did it fall on?
20th. The 20th.
Okay.
So first you got Christmas, you got the mom,
mm-hmm.
Then you got a bunch of crap holidays, and then boom, Father's Day the 20th. I think Halloween was number 10 or something.
Oh wow.
And they're I think even Columbus Day beat us.
What the shit? How the hell did that happen? Okay, yeah, I was thinking in my head, how do we even have 20 holidays? But yeah, you're saying
I can't even think about it. I can't even think of 20.
Right? How the hell is Father's Day on the down on the 20th?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, that's some fucking bullshit right there.
But we got beat by Columbus.
Fucking Columbus.
And Arbor Day.
Fuck Arbor Day.
It's funny. He was like, you don't even know what Arbor Day is, but somehow it beat us.
Yeah, I just said fuck Arbor Day. I have no clue what the fuck it is, but fuck Arbor Day. Yeah, still.
That was crazy.
It is.
Yeah, over here, I mean, it's nothing extravagant. Pretty normal. We go out to eat somewhere. The family just hang out together, pretty much.
And you're talking about
legit.
And you're talking about like when you were a kid, is that, or are you talking about like now?
No, about now, like present.
Oh, now. Okay.
I do remember when I was younger, I would actually get my dad some stuff.
What kind of stuff would you get your dad?
Well, it was funny because I remember we used to have, and this was back in elementary, we used to have like little, I don't know what you call them, like sales or something at the school. They would have a bunch of cool things that you could buy. And I would always buy something from there and give it to my dad. One thing I always remember that I bought him was this, it's like a metal sign that says Dad's Place. And to this day, from the memory, he still has it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive and sweet and nice.
Yeah.
But it does have a little bit of rust on the sides, but it's still, he still has it. He still kept it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But I remember I bought him some stuff from there before Father's Day. And then as time went on, gifts changed, obviously.
Right.
I think from there it went to like gift cards. And that card. Right. And then it went from just to a card.
Just a card.
And then just a phone call.
I mean, that's more than what I would send a text message.
No, I'm it's going to be the Morse code.
It's like, fuck, misspelled that. I said Happy Hanukkah.
Close enough. You know what we mean.
You'll get the gist of it.
No, I need to... I'm gonna start doing stuff where like send little things, cool stuff here and there. You know what my problem is? Like I'll buy stuff to send it, then I'll forget to send it, and it just sits there.
Ah, okay. All right, okay.
And like I'll leave it somewhere, and then I'll come across. I'm like, dang, I gotta send it out. Then I'll do something, I'll forget about it again. Then later I'll see it again. Like, oh, I send it out. And I'll start doing something else. Like, damn it, it's still there.
Well, there's always Christmas.
Just send everything in one. Your Father's Day, your birthday, Christmas, everything in one.
Yes, sir. It's that dad package. CK package. Giggity.
Oh, yeah. I didn't catch that one. Not that, but yeah, like I'm gonna do stuff.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Excuse me, bro.
Hey guys, have you heard of the Essay Files?
No. What's that?
It's a weekly podcast that discusses entertainment news. They focus on topics surrounding Marvel movies, TV shows, DC movies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, anime news, pop culture properties such as Aliens and Predator, and various other geek culture series and movies.
That sounds awesome! I'm a huge fan of all those things.
Me too! I've been listening to it for weeks now, and it's really funny. The hosts are very knowledgeable about their stuff, and they always have a lot of interesting things to say.
So how do I subscribe?
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you can listen to a podcast.
Awesome. I'm going to do it right now.
You won't regret it. Oh my God. Do you think you appreciate Father's Day a little bit more now that you're a father yourself, or is it a thing that came with age?
For me, I like it. I mean, like I said, we don't really do anything extravagant for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's nice to have that day of recognition. There you go. I think it's nice to have that.
Yeah, for sure. My kids are still a little too young, so have yet to experience, I guess, a Father's Day for myself. But I'm sure I'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how far? How's it been for you? Like, I know you said you guys don't do much, but do the kids do anything? They make you, spaghetti or pasta notes or something.
There's the usual Happy Father's Day in the mornings. As far as no, they don't really do a whole lot for me. Honestly, it's almost like a normal day.
Huh. Normal day, but you get the Happy Father's Day, and that's about it.
Yeah, and probably go out and eat somewhere. I think a few times I actually got a Happy Father's Day card.
Oh, you got a card. Okay. How long ago was that one? The card.
That was actually a couple of years. I was in a
couple of years. Do you still have the card?
Yeah, I do actually.
Really?
Yeah, I actually keep those things.
I
have a lot of cards people send me. My family sent them to me. The kids have done for them. They actually made some for me, and I keep those. They have sentimental value to me, I guess.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Usually, for holiday cards, you just open it, check for money, and then toss it.
That sounds about right.
I mean, that's what I do. I mean, there's never any money in them, but
one day you'll open and you'll see a bill fall out.
There might be
for $5.
Oh, well, when my kids, it might be like their cell phone bill. Pay me.
Happy Father's Day. Boom, pay that.
It's gonna happen.
Eventually. What do you think? I'm just curious on what your thoughts are. What is the appropriate age do you think it is for a kid to get a cell phone?
To kids? Oh, you know what? That's a good question. My argument, and yeah, I'm gonna say argument because it's gonna start some shit. So I argue that a kid does not need a cell phone. Like an elementary kid. How old do they get in elementary? In 5th grade. That's what, like 10, 11?
They're about 11, yeah, 10, 11.
11? Yeah. An
11-year-old
does not need a cell phone.
4th grade, and he's 9, so yeah. 10,
in my opinion, a kid does not need a cell phone at 11. And let's see, 12, 13, 14. I'm still kind of thinking no. 15 maybe. Okay, that's when kids are starting to, or should start to go out and have fun with their friends, and that at least that's what I think that way it should be. My wife argues that they should start getting cell phones maybe about 11 or so, because they have after school activities, and they need to be able to contact us in case of an emergency. And no, they're in school. If there's an emergency, we will get contacted. I just don't see a point for children to be having a cell phone at such a young age. But I mean, my kids are they're still my oldest is 4, so I mean I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But what do you think about that? I mean, since you have kids around that age.
See, I don't know. I'm against it. At the same time, I'm for it for different reasons. My kids are really, really into the electronics, all their electronic stuff. Yeah, so yeah, they're definitely into the electronics, especially their games, stuff like that. Cell phones, I have the pros and cons at the age right now. My 4-year-old and 4-year-old don't really need it. He's fine. If he ever does have one, it's usually mine. He puts the game on it. That's it.
My son,
which is older, he's 9. I think for him, I feel it'd be beneficial. But keep it to, very simple. Calls, only text message certain people, and have a few games on it for him, whatever, to have some fun. Because he's into a lot of different things. He's into the sports right now. He hangs out with his friend. He goes out with his friends. I think it'd be nice to have that communication there. If anything should happen, he has that. Now, I think keep it simple because I don't want him to get into trouble with it. Because the internet is full of trouble. It's full of anything really. And I think just keep it nice and simple. It should be fine. I don't see a problem with it. So I would think, around like 10 sounds about right for me.
10?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just doing it from experience. I'm saying he goes out a lot. He has sports that he gets into. He goes out with his friends a lot. So when they go out to far away places sometimes. And I just like to have that communication there with them. Like, let's say they're out somewhere, right? And something were to happen. Let's say, I hate to bring this up, but it's just fresh in everybody's mind still. Let's say there's some sort of shooting somewhere.
Okay.
And he can't get a hold of, like, he's stuck somewhere. You can't, you don't know what to do, where to go, whatever. He has that phone. He can call the cops. He can call me. He has that. He has backup. He has something.
Okay.
Instead of just being stuck in there and not knowing what to do or where to go, or having anybody to call for help.
Okay. I mean, you have a valid point.
Or he goes out somewhere and he gets lost. He's like, crap, I don't know where I am. Hey, Dad, can you come pick me up? Or he's at a party and he's got a hand or something, or he goes in and go to jail for something. Or, well, of course, in jail they won't let you use a cell phone, but
pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I don't think they put 9-year-olds in jail.
Oh, they will.
Oh, good old
they
Utah.
Better.
They bend the rules, huh?
No, they wouldn't do that. But if he gets in any kind of trouble, he has that to call me with.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Hopefully I explained that right. I felt like I was kind of just going in circles for a second there, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I guess, I didn't take certain situations into account. I guess my way of thinking is still kind of like when I was a kid, I guess you do have to take it into consideration the times. Like back then, it wasn't anything remotely near as how serious things can get today.
Yeah.
I mean, shit gets crazy, and it would be nice for a child to have a phone in certain situations. But at the same time, I would argue that, the main purpose that they would want a phone is to play games, maybe text. I don't see what the difference is if they just have a tablet or a laptop or, something. If they're mainly can just play games on it, they can do that very easily on a tablet or a laptop. If they want to message their friends, they can get on whatever social media is going to be in the future. They can send each other TikToks.
That's another thing, too. Nowadays, social media, it's just, I think it's messing up kids sometimes.
How so?
Well, I've heard stories about, bullying online, cyberbullying, and things like that. I don't. Maybe I didn't notice it growing up, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse. The whole bullying thing, cyberbullying stuff, it feels kind of worse.
Do you think that's a real thing? Because okay. Let me rephrase. I know that it does happen, but are the kids these days taking that shit way too seriously? I feel like somebody calls you an asshole online, fuck that guy. It's not a huge deal. It's whatever. I find it hard for me personally, to be offended over a remark that was made about me online, like by some random people that I don't know. It's like, it's not going to hit me like, oh, asshat69, he messaged me and he says that he messaged me and he says that the show sucks or something, or like it's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's another thing too that kind of plays into that. Like the kids nowadays are super sensitive. Like any little thing, they'll just start crying about.
Yeah, I think that plays a huge role into it.
I got called names in school, but
Sure.
I never started crying or going out to the people like, he said this and that.
Yeah, but I always said I was sorry.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still hurt.
I mean,
The scars are still there.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Well, it's a little too late now.
Oh,
Damage is done.
Okay, that's cool.
No, but I'm just saying, the kid nowadays are just super sensitive about any little thing. They get butthurt about everything.
That's true. Any little thing.
And that's what got me thinking, like, has it always been like that? I just never noticed it?
Nah.
Or just now that things are changing? I remember growing up, like I said, I was called names. They never got to me like that. It never really bothered me.
Right.
And most of the time, I just gave it back to them.
Yeah.
I didn't cry or start shooting up people or going online. I don't have online back then, but I didn't went to them and like splattered their name all over the web and crap.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it, at least.
I agree with you. The kids are way too sensitive these days, and I kind of take that, and it is what it is for them. It's too late for them. But I'm gonna make sure, as a father, that my kids don't turn out that way. I'm gonna. Well, at least that's my goal, right? I don't want them to be sensitive little fucks. I can't think of a word that's not extremely insulting.
Child, people, person.
There we go.
Little person.
The little person. I don't want them to be midgets. So yeah, my goal as a father is to make sure that my kids don't grow up being overly sensitive. Maybe not in the same sense that our generation was brought up. Not that, I mean, I'm here, I'm alive. We have completely different mindsets than the kids do these days, and even teenagers do. I would say we're completely different, in the way we think and act.
Yeah.
But back then it's just different times.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. But I miss those days. I miss the '90s. What I miss.
Mm-hmm.
The '90s to me was awesome. Definitely one of my favorite decades.
Wow, we sound so old.
I like how it was back then. It was like, I don't know, it was more edgy, it was more fun, it was more free.
Mm-hmm.
And now some of the stuff they show on TV now, or back then, there's no way that would make it on now. No way. And one good example is Married with Children.
Oh, I love that show.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'll come across a clip on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
And I hear, I'm like, there's no way they would get away with that now. There's no way. Because some of the episodes have been pretty edgy, pretty racy on some of them, but freaking hilarious. But you think about it, there's just no way it's going to work. There's no way.
No, man.
I don't know if you know this too, but I'm getting a little worried because I noticed, like for example, South Park.
Yeah.
They're not as edgy as they used to be anymore. I feel like they kind of cut back a little bit on some jokes.
Oh, big time.
Like they can go further what they normally would, but something happens where they don't do it anymore like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I used to watch the older episodes, and it's way different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same thing happened to Family Guy. They cut back big time on their content, and
oh yeah. That's why I'm very curious because, for example, you heard the Does another Beavis and Butthead movie come out?
I just heard about that just the other day, actually.
I saw the first one a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's pretty edgy as well. It's nearly their normal Beavis and Butthead back in the day.
right.
So I'm really curious on what they're going to do with this one. They keep it the same, or have they dialed it down as well?
It's hard to say. It's I really hope they don't dial it back, because that's what Beavis and Butthead were. You know, they were these two little assholes who just, you know, did shit, and for no real reason. They're just fucking dumbasses, right? Like, they just do stupid shit. That's their gimmick. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they're all about.
Yeah. And, you know, that's the reason they were so beloved, you know? Well, maybe not beloved. Maybe that's not the right word but
admired,
you know,
and
yeah. You know, our generation, we look back with fond memories of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they were fucking idiots.
Fun. Like I said, it was fun because it was more, you know, freedom to do almost whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
No one would stomp you out if you said something a little racy.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't see anything wrong with that kind of content being played. Like, why not? You know? Just because they're making fun of, you know, X, Y, and Z, it's not the end of the world. It's not, you know, it's not damaging. It's not, no, man, it's just stupid.
Different world that's getting worse to me.
I think so. Yeah. You know, my kid's 4, right? And we kind of view what he watches, what he plays on his tablet, what he watches on TV, and like right now he's still watching little kid stuff, like learning programs, and, you know, PJ Masks, Paw Patrol, you know, just kid stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I look forward. I'm looking at what is available today for him to watch, what he's going to change into, you know, change his watching habits. And man, it's all garbage. It's all, I don't see any value he will be watching. There's no, and I'm not saying that Beavis and Butthead is value, right? But
role models.
But yeah. But I mean, like, okay, just for example, I know that SpongeBob is an older cartoon, but even when I was growing, you know, when it started coming out, I was watching that and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I thought it was garbage. It was just stupid. It was over the top. It was just not. It was just not something that I could see myself watching, and, you know, and I didn't. But people love that shit. You know, younger people, younger than me, anyways, they fucking love that shit. And you know, I fear the worst. You know, what's to come.
Yeah, I agree. Don't hate me, but I've never seen a full episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah, I've seen a few, but no, it's not anything that I would ever watch and sit down and watch, or, you know, a wait for the next season, nothing like that.
Oh yeah, speaking of those kind of shows, I can guarantee this would no way make it on air. Ren and Stimpy.
You're fat, bloated, stupid, idiot.
I was just thinking about that one.
There's no way I'm getting even close to anything. I don't care how late you plan on putting it on, it's not gonna work.
To be fair, I do watch back some of those episodes, and yeah, they were definitely pushing the envelope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care how late you put it on there; it's not gonna work.
Yeah, definitely. Ren and Stimpy was more of what they used to have on the Cartoon Network. What was it? The Adult Swim.
Yeah,
it would fit there. I could see that, you know. But no, man, they ran that shit on Saturday morning cartoons.
The classic now.
Yeah, I mean, look at us, man. We're perfectly fine. You know, it's not
Exactly.
like we don't have the urge to saw a log with our ass cheeks.
Not right now, but yeah,
Well, yeah, well, not right. Yeah, not now. I mean,
maybe later, but not at the moment.
I mean, we're perfectly fine for the most part.
Yeah, I think we're getting good.
Yeah,
No, we turned out fine. I have my
yeah.
flaws, obviously, so everybody else,
I don't.
but everybody has flaws. Whether they want to admit it or not, everybody has it.
Nope, can't think of any.
Wow. But yeah, that's where I stand on that. Soft putting people nowadays get mad about everything, get butthurt about everything, passing it along to their kids.
Yeah, well, that's our job as parents to make sure that our kids don't turn out that way, right?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So please click on the link below and subscribe. Become a bro. And join the
Brochachos.
brochachos. Subscribe.
Yeah, do it. You owe it to yourself. You've earned it. You sat through this far. You've earned it. Do it. You want it. You need it. We need it. Come on. Hit that subscribe. Hit that follow. Love you guys.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. All right.
Yeah, but how do you do that? I mean, they're exposed to that pretty much all. Well, not your kids yet because they're so young, but when they get older, they're really exposed to that all day. When they start going to school, or start hanging out with their friends, they're going to be exposed to that when you're not there.
Right.
So only so much you can do when you're at home. You can drill it into them and over again, but when you're not there, how's that going to work?
Any ideas?
That's why I'm coming to you.
Ooh.
I'm the one with the question.
Oh, you're okay. All right. Oh, you're the questions. Okay.
Do you have anything on that? Because I don't.
Yes, I do.
I said you can just keep on pushing it at home and hope they take that with them when they go somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna go with the just simple things. I'm gonna take some of the things that we had in our childhood, not all of it, but some of it. Some of it can be applied in a positive way, and I think it will be very helpful. One of the things that I would like to remove, at least my childhood, there was plenty of ass whoopings, very, very many ass whoopings, and some of them were well deserved. Some of them were very well deserved, and some of them were not deserved. In my personal opinion. But I think I've seen this in person, like where punishments are not a thing anymore, or parents have gone soft.
Yeah, they call it gentle parenting.
Gentle parenting. That's. I mean,
which does not work for some kids.
Right. Some kids just need more. I'm not suggesting go ham and tan that ass, but
right. And I'm like you. Like I was part of. I mean, growing up, I wasn't. I got hit a few times, or spanked a few times, however you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much because I was the baby, so they showed me pity a few times. But there were a few times I did. I did get the wrath put on me, and I hate to admit it, but it works.
It really does.
It works. But now, like, you can't do that. You're going to go to jail or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, you're afraid to do anything, but it freaking works.
It really does. And
I'm not talking about, doing people's elbow on. I'm just talking about just going over them and just a quick bam, just one.
What about just one people's elbow?
If it works. I'm not saying just they freaking go off on them.
Right.
like the bruise or whatever, bruise or make them bleed or nothing. I'm just saying,
right? No, of course.
Just a nice little,
it's a good smack on the head or
anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you have any parents out there listening, it works.
Whoop your kids relentlessly.
No. Hold on. That's it. We don't need a full-on ass whooping. I'm just talking about one or two quick, little, and you got it. That's all you need.
Or at the very least, follow through with the punishments.
That's another thing. That's another big thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have been guilty of that a few times, I'll admit.
Oh. Do tell.
No, it's just not much to tell, really. It's just, I'll say something, and I'll be like, oh, if you do this, so-and-so, whatever, what's going to happen to you, whatever. Mm-hmm. Or when we get home, you're going to do so-and-so or something. And then either I'll forget by the time we get home, or I'm just too tired to enforce it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just, let it go. And of course, my kids are not stupid, and then they're going to remind me, like, oh, remember you have to punish me?
So inconsiderate of them.
I know, right? So yeah, I'm guilty of that. I've either forgotten or just been too tired to push it.
I think that's where I will succeed. I'm not a complete dickhead, right? But I'm kind of strict with my kids. Yes, I'll yell at them, and when they do something wrong, or my wife would has gotten into the bribing stage. Where, hey, if you do this, you'll get an ice cream, and I don't really. I guess it has some results, but I don't want him to start expecting something every single time.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for example, like when they get older, I already know that I'm going to want them to do some chores around the house. Take some responsibility. I don't want them to just lay back, play video games all day, until they're 20.
That's kind of what I'm doing now. With I'm trying to slowly bring him into doing chores. Like right now, one of his main responsibilities is to feed the dog.
Okay,
he's doing really good at it. He's on top of it. I rarely have to ask him to do it.
Nice.
And every now and then, Brendan and I will try to get everybody to clean up the mess before they go to bed or stuff like that. Like little things here and there. Mm-hmm. So little by little, we're bringing chores into their life.
Gotcha.
Something that works great. Other day, you got to fight for it. Oof. But for when it comes to feeding a dog, he's perfect at it. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to cleaning up their mess, not all the time, but sometimes we have to fight with them for it or bribe them for it or something.
Right.
Which we're hoping to one day away from that.
Right. Yeah.
So like you said, you don't want them to be expecting something every time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, when I was growing up, go wash the dishes, go mop the floors, go mow the yard. And there was no, there was no, hey, if you mow the yard, there's going to be some ice cream for you. No, man.
Yeah.
It was more like, if you don't mow the yard, you're going to get your ass whooped. So,
and see, that's the thing. Like, I saw that, and again, with me being the baby of the family, of course, they weren't as tough as they were like with my brother or something. Mm-hmm. But I saw what they did with my brother, and every now and then that would happen to me. Right. But seeing that, like I said, it freaking works. Experiencing that and seeing that, it works. No one bribed me. I never got anything for doing it. I never got an allowance.
Yeah, I didn't know what an allowance was. I thought it was just something they made up on TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. I would mow the yard, and I never really get rewarded for that.
No, you just did it.
Yeah, I would help my dad with certain things that I couldn't help him with. I remember we used to use darts, yard work a lot, and I would help out with that. I never really got a reward for that. But back then, that's not what it was for. You weren't doing it for a reward.
Yeah,
they were pretty much teaching you something.
Yeah, they're just teaching you that take some responsibility.
Yeah, and I didn't really see that until now.
In some way, it was kind of teaching us that sometimes we just have to do shit that we don't like or things that we don't want to do. not because we want to, but because we have to. You know.
Yeah. Like my kids right now, they put up a fight when I say we had to go to the store and get some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh no, I want to go home. I'm tired. My head hurts. You know, a bunch of excuses, pretty much.
Right.
And they're like, can you just drop me off at the house, or whatever? And I'm like, no, like you don't have a choice.
Right.
Growing up, I never had a choice. Wherever my parents were going, I was going,
Mm-hmm.
whether I wanted to or not.
Yeah.
I couldn't be, no, just drop me over the house. I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Heck no. As I'm saying, I think the kids nowadays have way too many choices. Too many choices, especially the older they get. Too many choices, too much freedom that early. Like I said, 9 years old, dude. 9 years old, there was no way I would do it myself.
No.
Wherever they're going, I'm going. Whatever they're eating, I'm eating.
Basically, yeah.
But now they try to, at least my oldest tries to get away with it. He's like, I'll be fine. Just leave me at home. I'll be okay. Nope, he'd be forced to come with us. So I'm playing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
like I said, I know you're still little, so you don't experience that, but you will.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I can't wait. I find it a little funny, but you know, I'm sure it won't be funny when the time comes. But yeah, I'm mostly bad cop around here. It's just the way it lined up. My wife is she's not the bad cop like ever.
Ever.
And no, never. And it just kind of fell on me, and I'm fine with it. It's it is what it is. You know, someone's got to do it, and I'm good at it, so fuck it.
Yeah, it's all on somebody. The good thing is my kids know I'm a little more strict. My wife will give them like several chances. And she'll be like, if you don't do this, you're going to be in trouble. You don't do this, you're going to be in trouble. And she's like 5 times. Me, they know with me, the max they would get is like 2 on a good day. Like 2 times. And if they don't answer or they don't do what they're supposed to do, come the consequences.
Right.
They know with me is different. They know they can't mess around with me too much.
Oof.
Because I actually follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. A little different there. I mean, it's not an everyday bad cop kind of thing, but they just know it's different with me. It's a little bit more strict.
Right on. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And I always tell her, like, just go. Just follow through with what you're saying.
Yeah. For
She's
sure.
given like
Absolutely.
5 or 10 chances.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Now that you say it like that, it's like, yeah, I can see my wife does that as well.
Mm.
And
but to give her some credit, though, she does some of that gentle parenting stuff, and somehow, on some kids, it works.
I think there might be a time and a place for gentle parenting. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, because I do know friends that do that as well. And yeah, absolutely. It might depend on the kid. It might depend on the kid's mood. I don't know. I don't know the secret formula, but it certainly works sometimes.
Yeah. But like I said earlier, I mean, it just depends on the kid.
Yeah, maybe that's it. So I'm gonna switch the tone here. We've been bad cops here for the first 30 minutes, so I'm gonna switch it up here.
I like being bad.
I am going to dig in the mailbag for us.
Mailbag?
Mailbag, yeah. Since you were gone last week, we had a little bit of
Lordy.
We had some extra mail come in.
Oh boy.
Extra mail, yeah, just a little bit. So let me segue here. Let me read this one.
We need to pay for that Blue's Clues soon when the mail shows up. We can play it.
Mail time.
Yeah. The mail is here. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail.
When it's here, I want to yell, "Meow!"
That's how you know you have kids.
Oh yeah.
And the one sign you know you have kids. It's sad, dude. I can recite so many cartoon intros.
Quite a few.
Oh man.
So, this one is from Amanda. Last name Mount. What? It's Miss
Amanda Mount.
Yeah. Amanda Mount. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Kansas. Says,
We're in Kansas.
Kansas.
I know, but where in Kansas?
Oh, it doesn't say in her email. It just says Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says, Dear CK, how many people have you slept with?
Today?
I think she means overall.
Oh,
mm-hmm. And let me just add
some,
here.
not many.
I like how she says people instead of how many women.
I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that changed the number quite a bit. Then let's see.
Okay, right on. What do we got here? What's the magic number? How many people have you slept with?
1, 2. That one in time I didn't count though.
Do you need me to put my fingers? Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does it matter if it was in the U.S. or not?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna say some.
Some.
Yes.
Some. What is the sum?
The sum of the people.
What is the sum amount?
The sum of all.
The sum of all. Okay. Is that English or is that the sum of all?
The sum of all.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Amanda. I can't get a number out of him.
I did already. The sum of all.
Maybe you can try again next week, Amanda. But we got to move on.
A few here, a few there.
All right, moving on. We got one from Seymour. Well, actually, this is kind of weird. He's got 3 names. I guess it's like it's a middle name. So you got Seymour Cornhole, and his last name is Leo. Seymour Cornhole Leo.
Seymour Cornhole Leo.
Leo, yeah.
Seymour. Okay.
He's from Mississippi.
That was gonna say that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna miss. Sorry.
Those Mississippians, they got some weird ass names up there.
Where Mississippi is from?
From the river.
These people need. You need to learn how to write full addresses. How'd the mail even take it? They're not allowed to take it without a full address.
I don't know, man. I mean, they just, the letters just get here and I'm just reading them.
All right, let's see what Seymour had to say.
All right, Seymour, what's your question? Let's see. It says, Dear CK, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Gee, where do I start? I had a couple different things happen to me. Embarrassing. Sure, yeah. Oh, gee, that's a very broad question.
It is.
A little more specific, like
should we narrow it down?
Time frame or something.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna help you out here, Seymour. We're gonna narrow it down to high school years.
Okay. Oh wow. One thing that actually comes to mind is pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what grade this was in. No, I can't remember. But anyway, I was part of a group of 3. It was me, a guy, and two girls.
Oh, right.
and we were doing some kind of presentation about pet adoptions.
Okay.
And so it came from my turn to, do my little spiel there. And I would say about 10 seconds into it, while I'm saying this stuff, a bug flies into my mouth while I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot get it out. I'm afraid to close it completely. So I'm afraid I'm going to swallow it. And I don't know what it was. The buzzing that it had scared the hell out of me because it sounded like it was like in my brain. It was flying around my mouth. I'm like, for the love of God, do not go down my throat. Do not go down my throat. So the whole time I'm talking, and while I'm talking, I'll occasionally I'll pretend I'm trying to look at a board. I'll turn my head to the back and stick my finger in my mouth and try to make it fly out, and it wouldn't fly out. So then finally, I would turn around and I'd still feel it, and I would cough. Nothing. It was just flying around in there. Mm-hmm. And as I turned one more time, and finally I caught it. I was like, yes, I got it. And I tried to sweep it out of my mouth. And I did. I swept it out of my mouth. But what I did not know is I squeezed it so too hard.
Oh, no.
So when I put it out of my mouth, there was blood on my lip.
Oh, no.
And everybody was just like, what happened? What's going on? And I just had to come clean. There's nothing you can say to just blood coming out of your mouth.
God. Oh, wow. I've never heard that story. Oh, that's awesome.
And the weird thing is, I got the bug. I had no idea what kind of bug that was.
Wow, you never saw it?
I saw it, and I got it. Like I said, I squeezed it,
mm-hmm.
and when I took it out, I just threw it to the ground.
Oh, okay. But you couldn't tell
I had
what
no
it
idea
was?
what that was.
Oh, wow.
It was a brownish bug, and it wasn't very big, which is probably what was hard for me to get out. Giggity, but it was, it was in there for good.
Wow. Well then,
my main concern was just to not swallow, because if I swallow, I'm gonna throw up. I know I am.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you want to help underprivileged bald men whose hair has fallen, one by one? If you subscribe today, a hair will grow back on CK's head.
For every
one click,
for every like, for every follow, you can make a difference on that bald, shiny head. Subscribe now.
Please, if you don't want my brother B to start looking like CK over there, please subscribe. He's heading that way. With every subscribes, you can get a follicle on that balding head of his. Bing.
Do us all a favor. Subscribe.
Oh, thank you, Seymour. That was an excellent question.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Yeah, it was nice. That was nice.
Next
one. All right, we got one from Clint Torres from Vermont. He says, "Dear CK, tell us more about your swinging lifestyle."
My swinging lifestyle.
Yeah, your swinging lifestyle.
Like swingers, or just like a cool swing?
I'm pretty sure that Clint is referring to your
like
absence.
A swagger.
Maybe both. It could be both. Yeah, you were absent last week, and
I wasn't swinging.
Well, we kind of came to the conclusion that you were swinging. You couldn't record last week because I remember you had told me that you had some friends over at your place, and it was really late. It was maybe 10, 11 p.m. or so. And I know the missus likes to drink her wine, and so I'm assuming you guys are hanging out. It's late, the kids are asleep. You guys are just drinking away, and then later you told me that you were really, really tired. And I mean, I think that's pretty clear.
Which I was, yeah.
Yeah. You guys were doing your swing lifestyle. So I think,
but that's not that's not the reason.
Well, I'm pretty sure that that's what Clint is referring to.
Well, yeah. Clint.
Yeah.
Clint you, sir, are wrong.
He's wrong.
He is wrong.
He's wrong. Okay.
There's no swinging lifestyle here.
No swinging lifestyle.
Not even interest me at all.
No interest. Okay.
Now, if you're talking about my other swing life, that's a little different.
Do tell.
I call it the swagger of swings. You ever see somebody walking down the street and they have this walk? They carry themselves? And you're just like, damn, I want to be that guy. That
yeah,
they kind of like that.
I'm crying. Shit. Oh fuck!
Just the life where women want you and guys want to be you.
Yeah. You definitely have that.
Pretty much summed it up.
God damn it! I can't stop. Oh, shit. Whew. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Clint.
Thank you, Clint.
Thank you, Clint Torres. That was an excellent question.
What?
Well, that's his name, Clint Torres.
Oh boy.
Oh, next question. Whew. Yeah, just a little more than normal. Just a little few, just we're catching up. All right. This one's from Harry Johnson. He's from Washington.
Where in Washington?
DC.
That's the easiest one, whatever.
Harry Johnson. CK. Just CK. Doesn't say Dear CK. Just CK.
Oh, okay.
It's about to go down. Have you ever seen your mom, sister, or grandma naked?
Today?
Including today, yeah.
Hasn't every kid at least once been dragged into a dressing room and have to be in there?
Not to my recollection.
Okay, just me then. All right. But yeah.
I'm going to send this episode straight to your mom. Straight to your mom's inbox.
I think it may have happened like once, I believe. But I was super young.
How young do you think you were?
Oh man, probably like 4 or 5.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Because I couldn't be left outside by myself, and at 4 or 5, you're really innocent. So
that's true. That's true. Okay. All right. I guess it's just my mom had no shame. She no shame at all. I was much older than 4, and it was all the time. Yeah,
I still remember like it was yesterday. Because it was yesterday.
You were in the dressing room with your mom yesterday. Oh shoot! Oh, but you know what? Even though for me it was pretty on the regular with my mom, she was shameless. I did.
She was what?
She was shameless.
Oh, I think she was famous.
Oh, I hope not. The one that did catch me off guard was my dad. That was definitely awkward.
Okay, that one I can say never happened to me because I'm gone now.
Never. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember how old I was. I had to be like 9 or 10. And I remember me and my brother, we went to our room and we were, we turned off the lights and, we were trying to go to sleep. And I noticed that the lights in the outside, like the living room, was still on. And it was fairly late. So I decided to get up and go turn off the lights. And as I did, as I was walking towards the light switch, my dad decided to get up, butt ass naked, and go turn off that switch. So we're both walking towards the same light. When I catch eyes with him, when we lock, full on eye contact, I just remember him. I wait, and he runs back to the bedroom. And I saw everything.
Oh, man.
Dong and dingleberries. Just the whole thing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I love that part. I wait.
And, well,
that was great.
I don't remember if I turned around and went to bed, or if I turned off that switch. But
everything got kind of blurry at that time.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
That's it.
Next I remember, I woke up in bed.
Yeah. That's it's almost an appropriate appropriate name, Mr. Harry Johnson, that would ask such a question.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh man. Yeah, one more, Ethan?
Yeah, I got another one for you here. This one is from Jenna, last name Tools.
Jenna Tools, okay.
Jenna Tools, yeah. She's from Louisiana.
Wait a minute, what's the name?
Jenna Tools.
Oh,
She asks, Dear CK, if you wanted to kill BB, how would you do it?
Oh wow.
Let me jump in real quick. Jenna, I don't think that CK would ever want.
Well, see, what I was trying to do first,
what?
I would make it look like an accident. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
And what kind of accident? That's your choice. A freak accident, casual accident. I don't know what a casual accident is, but anything along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it looks like a mistake or an accident, you're good.
Okay. Make it look like.
And I'd probably get creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do something that no one's really done before.
Okay. Go on.
The whole thing about a gun that's been played out too much. Boring.
Ooh, okay.
I do something cool, like maybe try a cannonball.
You're gonna shoot me with a cannonball?
Yeah, that's what that does.
Well then, but not that you would ever want to kill me, right? That
You want to get a little cooler? You can try
oh boy,
the knife, the whole stabbing thing, been done, right?
that's true.
Get a little more
It's very,
creative
very
with it, you know?
80s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get a little more creative and, I don't know, throw some forks at him or something. I don't know. They have sharp edges.
You can stab me with forks and a fucking cannonball?
Not at the same time.
It wouldn't be a quick death?
Oh, no. That's no fun.
Oh.
No, that's no fun at all.
Painful death.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And, of course, people are like, oh, just like, make him suffer and, like, throw acid on him or something. That's been done also.
Oh, thank God.
I make it more fun. I do, like, lava.
Oh, fuck.
Try lava. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Not only is the smell better, but it looks cooler, you know?
You know what acid smells like compared to lava?
Like ass?
Did you say it smells like ass?
Yeah. It's the name, acid. It's in the name.
That's okay. That's valid. Right, but you wouldn't ever want to kill me, right? Like it's never like this is a what if scenario, right? Like just to answer the question, right?
Oh yeah, of course. What if?
What? Okay. What? Yeah. What if?
What if?
Jenna Tools. Thank you for. Okay.
Hey, can I get her address real quick?
Yeah. I'll send it to you later.
We can bounce some ideas off each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Excellent.
Yeah. Another time.
All right. That is, I got another one.
We got one more.
Oh, one more. All right.
One more. This one's from Phil. Last name ACO.
Phil ACO?
Mm-hmm. Phil ACO.
ACL?
Pretty close, yeah. Phil ACO.
Oh.
Mr. ACO.
Right.
Okay. For CK.
Wait, where's he from? Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky.
We're in Kentucky.
Fried chicken.
All right.
That's apparently it's a.
Wait a minute. Why are all these fan mails coming toward me? What about you? Don't have any?
Yeah, I guess they just like talking to you. I don't know.
All right, fine. What the hell? What if Phil want to know?
Phil ACO. He said, "Dear CK, is your wife a better kisser than any of your exes?"
Phil.
Mr. ACO. Yeah. Phil.
Something tells me you're single.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's from
something
Kentucky.
tells me you've been single for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Could that get to be the worst question you could ask somebody?
You think so?
Yes.
Huh.
Unless you're trying to ruin their marriage.
This is worse than Amanda Mount asking you how many people you slept with?
That's actually worse, yes. But to answer your question, there's nobody better than her.
Oh, all right. Wait, you know what? Let me applaud you there, sir. Good answer.
Top of the ranks
wrong
right
answer,
now.
but it's the right answer.
She's at the top of the ranks.
And you know what? There's something here on the back.
Oh,
it says for BB. Oh shit!
you.
I got a question.
Finally,
All right. It's about time.
Who's that one from?
It's still from Phil.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it says, what was it like becoming a father?
Oh, that's bullshit.
I don't know what to tell you, man. That's I'm just reading the questions.
I hate Phil more now.
Well, Phil.
Phil's an ass.
I don't know. I kind of like Phil, Mr. Ratio.
Yeah, whatever. Answer the damn question.
You know what? That's kind of it's kind of a weird answer for me. I think your experience might be different, but for me, I don't think I've actually told this to anyone. When my son was first born, I was kind of expecting the whole, oh, once you lay eyes on him, you'll fall in love, and there's this bond immediately forms, and that the whole spick that they sell you on TV, that when you become a parent, when that actually happened for me. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, I was in the delivery room, and I saw him when he was first born, and I was there. I saw everything, but I did not feel that immediate bond. I didn't feel an immediate attachment. I didn't, it was like, oh, I'm a dad now. Cool. That was that was really probably the best summary that I can give you of how I was feeling in that moment. It sounds a little fucked up, and I feel like I feel like it's a fucked up answer, but that's really how I felt at that moment. And I mean, now it's different. Of course, we live together. I raised them. We have a great relationship. But when he was first born, yeah, I didn't feel it. It was just like, cool, I'm a dad. Yeah, it was a little weird. And maybe also what played a part was he was born prematurely. So he spent the first 2 months of his life in the ICU, in the incubator, the incubator room. So we didn't take him home, immediately afterwards. We had to go visit him at the hospital, just about every day. And maybe that had a part to play with it. But yeah, it really took a while for me to personally feel that bond, I guess, as a father. Again, I feel like an asshole saying that, but that's kind of how I felt. I've come to terms with it, like, it just, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. But I mean, we're cool now. We're cool. Yeah, we like each other.
All right.
What do you think about that?
Change the tone a little bit, but yeah, okay.
A little bit. It got real. Thanks, Phil. Dickhead.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I can kind of relate a little bit. I was in the room as well, and I got to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different than your experience, but it has some similarities. Like, I saw him come out, and it was not like what you see in the movies. Like, oh, he comes out, everything's different, everything changes your life and all that.
Mm-hmm.
No, for me, I saw him come out, like, oh yeah, that's cool and gross at the same time. And they brought him out, and they cleaned him up, gave him to her for a little bit. I still wasn't able to do anything yet. I did not. It hit me once he was all cleaned up and everything, and they let me hold him.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it hit me. But the entire time, when he came out and they cleaned him off and all that stuff, and she was with him, I was like, still okay, that's pretty cool. He's here. I have a son now.
Mm-hmm.
But it really hit hard when they actually handed him to me,
right,
and actually let me hold him. It just completely changed. And what really did it was his arm was slightly out, and I would grab onto his hand, and when I did, he would squeeze my finger. And I was like, that's it right there. You got me. No, he was mine. Yeah, I was his after that.
Oh wow, that's nice, man. That's yeah. But I haven't thought about that for a while, I guess. But fuck you, Phil.
Yeah, Phil, thanks.
But I guess I wanted to share that just in case anyone, any other fathers out there had something similar. It's okay. I think, even
Nothing
though
wrong with it.
that bond wasn't immediately formed, everything's okay now. Like it eventually did form, and it's I wouldn't change anything. I love my kids. Well,
I would. I don't know your kid that would have changed anything yet. My kid, I have a list for you if you want.
Oh man.
They're my kid, and like I said, they drive me up the wall, or drive me put my head through the wall. But I love them like crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of funny to. I had a friend who had kids before I did, and I remember once specifically, like I asked him, like, hey, how the kids, how the family doing? It's like, oh yeah, my kids, they're doing good. They're getting big. They're little shits. And then he said that they drive him crazy. And as a man who didn't have children back then, I kind of like thought about that. Like, you would call them little shits? Like, what?
Those are words of a true dad.
I get it now. Yeah, I get it now, dude. Yeah, back then I didn't understand. As a fatherless single person, I didn't get it. But now,
Yeah, you're like, how can someone call their kids that?
it's like, I get you, bro. I got you. But yeah, they definitely can be. Absolutely. But it's like you said, man, you just, I guess that's just the kind of bond that a father has with his kids. That's totally normal, right?
I think so.
I hope so. Because if not, there's something wrong with the both of us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you know what I'm going to say that we're good. That's both of us. We're on agreements here. That's 100%. I'm going to say that's mass popularity there.
I'm not by no means the perfect dad, but I do what I can.
Yeah, for sure. Before we call it, is there anything memorable that you have with your dad, like a story? Anything that you'd like to share?
Quite a few memories for sure. Something I'll never forget though. When I lived over there, and I was younger, obviously, was Christmas. My dad would always, because of course, when you're little, you believe in Santa and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he would always make it to where it would look like Santa actually visited us. And the way we do it, and how some families do it, they would stay up till midnight or whatever and open presents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we would do all the time. And it was just funny because every time we were getting close to that time, he would somehow distract everybody. We'd have to go, want to show something over here or, whatever, distracted in some sort of way. And all of a sudden, boom, it looks like Santa just swooped by and left us presents and everything there. When it was really my dad just putting stuff out.
Yeah.
But he would always make it look that way. And that's something I'll never forget. And as I got older, I started putting things together that didn't quite sound right. And I started believing, of course, that like when it has, it's my dad. It has to be my dad. And one thing that I never forget is the first time that I found out. I noticed that every time Santa would come by, every time he would swoop by and just leave stuff, my dad would always be coming out of the bathroom every time at the exact time. He never did anything in there, but he'd always be coming out of the bathroom.
Well, you didn't think he was doing anything in there.
There would never a smell coming from there. There was never a toilet flush. Nothing had been moved, nothing. And I really hope he wasn't doing anything. I don't think he washed hands either.
Let's hope not.
So I was like, why does it happen every my dad gets like the runs or something when Santa's about to get here or something, because he's always in the bathroom. And finally, I put it together and I found that it was. But I'll never forget though how he would always do that to make it a little more special.
That's pretty awesome, man. Is that something that you think you're going to do for your kids?
I already do that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. You go hide in the bathroom.
The only difference is my kids don't really stay up that late. They can't make it to midnight most of the time.
Okay.
So we do it in the morning. But I still do the same thing. I still make it look like he showed up. Like there will be like just like maybe a few little presents in the tree, like from the family.
Yeah.
But then when they're asleep, I'll take everything out and put it nice out there for them. In the morning, when they wake up, it looks like he was there.
Wow, nice. It takes some dedication right there, eh?
I think so.
Something that I kind of want to share. I'm about to. I know I've dropped a couple bombs here already, but I'm gonna drop one more. So, I also have, pretty good memories with my dad, and actually, it was my stepdad who, he's my stepfather. He basically raised me right. Like, I never met my biological father. I have no memory of him. I don't even know what the guy looks like, right? But to me, my father is my stepfather. He raised me, and I grew up with him, and he did all the dad stuff. He provided. He worked his ass off, for years to make sure that I had a roof over my head and had food on the table.
Yeah.
And he did what a father's supposed to do, even though he wasn't my biological father. He did that for me, and it had to be. I think it's been like 5 years now. He and my mom, they split, and he kind of ran off and disappeared, and I haven't heard from him in like 5 years, 5-6 years, whatever it's been. And if I'm being 100% honest, I mean I'm not like really mad at him or upset or shit happens, right? Like when a couple's just not working, shit happens. Even though they were together for like 20, 30 years, whatever it was, I can understand. I'm an adult. I can understand that shit happens, and there was a problem somewhere along the line, and parents, they split. It happens. I'm fine with that. I was okay. But what I did not really care for very much was he did have children with my mother, so my siblings. He also did not speak to them for the last 5-6 years, and that's the part that bugs me. We've spent 20, 30 years with him, and he takes off and he just no word for years. Yes, we're all older now. Yes, we don't. It's not like we were relying on him anymore, but he was our father, and he's gone. He dipped, and I think that's what bugs me. He just the silence over the years, and like we don't even know where he is, if he's okay. We know absolutely nothing.
So even to this day, you still don't know?
Nope, not a word. And maybe kind of a little fucked up on his end. But that's the part that really stings a little bit. He doesn't even talk to his own children, and I'm not even talking about myself. I guess the point I'm trying to get to though is I still have a lot of good memories with him, and he took me in. He fathered me, and I'm appreciative. So I wanted to share that. Because, well, there's a lot of families out there that have stepfathers. A lot of men step in to become a father to a child that he did not create.
That could work.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And I guess I want to say, it's okay. It's cool. Stepfathers, they do not play any lesser role than a father does.
Yeah.
Stepfathers are also important, and maybe there should be a stepfather day, huh? Maybe like the Monday right after Father's Day.
Being blood related is not what makes you a dad.
Agreed.
It's not. There's a lot of deadbeat dads out there that fathers have children with these ladies and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's not just because they're blood related don't make them a dad.
Yeah, it's true, man. But yeah, just I guess
I had this one friend of mine in high school, a girl. Her mom her biological dad ended up leaving.
Mm-hmm.
She was like 5, I think she said. And then her mom ended up dating this other guy for a little bit. And then he got married where he became a stepdad. But he treated her really well, took care of him, everything the dad's supposed to do.
Right.
After a couple of years went by, and she ended up actually, now she just calls him dad now. Not stepdad or his name, I just call him dad.
Yeah.
Because that's what he is. That's what he was to her, or is to her.
Mm-hmm.
He took over the role because the other guy didn't want to.
Right.
No, he's dad, and like I said, he's not blood related, yet he's still her dad. She calls him her dad.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess. Just wanted to give a shout out to the stepdads as well. That's also one other thing that I want to take out of that is that it motivates me to try to not reach that level of doucheness as well. Just dip and never talk to my children.
Yeah,
like that's not something that I could ever see myself do. And that also applies to the single dads. Those that aren't the deadbeat dads that do want to talk to their children, the dads that want to see their kids.
Yeah. I'm not a child expert, nothing like that, but I feel it's really important to keep in touch with their kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow, that was a downer. Oh man.
Thanks a lot. Was it Phil? Can't remember what that was. Damn it, Phil! Come on.
Good dickhead.
Phil keeps ruining these for us.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess that just about wraps it up for us. CK, where can they find us?
Well, as far as me, you can definitely email me at CrazyKat@thesfiles.com. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Extra Files.
Yes, sir. And you can also email me at BogusBird@thesfiles.com. Check out our website at www.thesfiles.com. You can listen to all of our episodes there. We have movie reviews there. We have an awesome UFO episode. And, of course, this one. Also, don't forget to check us out on Patreon, where we have bloopers. Plenty of bloopers. Come check us out. Hang out with us. We'll be your best friends.
I hope everyone had a good time. And hope to see y'all on our next one.
Yo, CK.
Word.
Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I don't know why.
In case they get a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I'm going to use that one.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for checking us out. Come check us out on our next episode next week. Hope to see you guys there. Thanks.
See ya.
Late.